Hello, I'm David Smalley with Elves and Angels. I'm here today to do a assembly video of Julianna's kitchen with broiler. I'll start by showing you the parts, and then we'll get at the assembly and see if we can make this very easy for you. It is easy, it's just we'll be able to help you a little further with it. So we'll start right out. I'll give you the parts first. This is the door frame. You'll see where it goes in a few minutes. When you receive this, these knobs will not be on there. You'll have to put them on. You simply screw them in until they're snug, and then with each one of them, see, right now they don't move. You want to back off the screw. What I mean is give it about a quarter of a turn counterclockwise or backwards until the knob spins. So that'll be the first thing that you do, put those knobs on. Our cooktop is the same way. Those won't be on there. I've put them on to cut the time of the video. Again, back off the screw a quarter turn until they spin. That's the first two parts. These other sides, all the Elves and Angels kitchens are very similar. The sides are kind of similar. The thing that is similar is they always have tracks where you put the piece of wood that we're trying to get you to attach to the side. Oven shelf, cooktop, door frame, top shelf, and this groove here is for our 1/4 inch green piece of plywood that slides all the way up here and it's back. All of our kitchens are made that way. We'll show you in just a minute. The top shelf, the top scroll. In this top scroll there's a groove. The back slides up into it. This is our rear connector. It has a groove along the top and a groove along the bottom. Top back goes into this groove. The bottom back goes into this one. And then here our oven shelves too. And then over here I have the upper back. It has finish on it, and the lower back does not. It's larger. I'll keep those right here. We'll see if we can get at this assembly here. You can do this, the assembly of this by yourself, or you can have a helper. If you don't, I'll show you what I use for a helper to make this a little bit easier. I'm going to put the cooktop onto the side first. That's the first step. Take a look at this. Now this is my helper. It's 2 pieces of Baltic birch, and they're going to support the other end of the cooktop for me while I assemble it to the side. And we simply push the cooktop into the groove that we provided there for you. And what we want you to do here is line up the back of the cooktop with the inside edge of this 1/4 inch groove. That's where it's supposed to go. So that's where you want to be. You want to get that right because you've got to slide up the back and you don't want that in the way. So I'm going to put this first screw in. And then we'll get the front one. And then we'll put the other side on. Move this around. Yes. And again, in the groove. You can hear it pop in. And then again, back of the cooktop, even with the inside of the 1/4 inch groove that receives the back. And then the front screw. Okay. Now at this point, you have your cooktop onto your sides. We're going to flip it over. Yes. And install, and I'll swing around here so you can see this a little bit better. The door frame goes in the tracks that we provided. Just kind of put a little pressure coming inward on this so that it doesn't drop on the track like that. And then slide it up. And if you come out, just pull this in snug. You'll hear it drop in. You want to push it all the way to the top where it is up against the cooktop. Now we're going to put a few screws in. I'm not going to put all of them in for the video because it just takes up time. This one goes in here. That's all secured in there right now. And again, pressure up here so you don't have a gap. That. We line up everything, all of our shelves, with this groove here, all the way down. The oven shelves, the cooktop, and the top shelf. Up here, a lot of times there'll be a little space, or over here sometimes. We try to leave a little space because of expansion and contraction. The conditions, the moisture conditions or the dryness is always different in every place. And we want to leave a little leeway there in case you're in a very moist place and it swells. We still want it to work well for you. So we leave a little bit of a space there for there to be some breathing room here for those variables there. This again, we're going to line it up. Actually, in this situation, I guess it goes all the way forward. On the Julianna's Kitchen broiler, it goes all the way to the front because this top scroll goes in there. So we'll bring that together. This. Okay. Now we're going to put on the top scroll. You'll see the groove. So that's where the back's going to go. Put this in here. Okay, this is a good situation right here that I'd like to show you. A lot of times people will say, oh no, the piece is too long, it doesn't go in there. It's actually made that way because if this piece here should shrink a little bit, you're going to have a big gap there. So what we do is we cut it a little tight. I want you to back off your screw a little bit and give it a little push there. It'll drop right down in nice and snug. And if we let it be loose there, if it shrinks, you're going to have a big gap there and you're not going to like it very much. So that's why we do that. And if it's still too tight, loosen this one just a quarter turn. You can see all of a sudden it feels like it's loose. So it's actually the right size. It's designed that way to try to give you the best that we can in a flat pack. And this goes, the bottom of this top scroll goes even with the bottom of the top shelf. And there's two screws that go into the top scroll. This. Over here. This. And then in the Julianna's Kitchen broiler, gets two shelves, oven shelves. There's grooves in the back of this, you'll see. They simply get pushed in, and you want to have them even with the inside again of the groove for the back. There's another one in. Okay, I'm going to put our upper back in now. You start by sliding it in from the bottom. Pull it up. Slide, until it goes into this groove. Sometimes you have to push up or down or whatever and get it in there like that. Okay, I think we're in. This is our rear connector, which connects, it does what it says, connects the two backs together. Put this in, plywood goes in the groove, such as this, and we put a screw in either side. And you'll see there's 2 pre-drilled holes on the bottom here. This goes into the middle of the bottom shelf, actually. Again, you slide from the bottom in the groove like this. A lot of times you can pull on the top of the kitchen and make sure you don't get it going crooked here a little bit. Like I just did. Okay. If for instance that seems a little tight, just take a little bit off your screw in there and that will loosen it up. Then you take 2 screws, I'll put just one in for now. I will hold the back on. At this point, this is Julianna's kitchen, broiler oven, doors, cavity there. See here. Next thing that you want to do is put the birch plugs in that we provide and the screw holes, and I'll show you. Turn this around like this. Take Elmer's glue or anything that you have. You just want to put a dab on the inside edge. Place the plug in. If these also are quite susceptible to moisture or dryness, this could either be loose or a little bit tight. You just put it in there and just take a hammer and just give it one little tap and it'll seat itself in there. If it's swollen, it'll take a little bit more of a tap to get in there. These are working very good. So I'll take those out. That's actually the Julianna's kitchen with a broiler. Let me see here. I think that's it. As you can see, it goes together quite well. If this is not a surprise to someone, if you ever have the opportunity, involve your children in it. Give them some plugs or whatever if they're old enough and won't swallow them, or some screws, have them hand them to you. Children love to watch their parents do something that they're not used to seeing them do, and especially if they didn't know that you could make something like this, it's really a treat for them. It's something that you can share with them, and it's actually what we're sharing with you also is that we make these things this way. We're pleased with them. I guess that's about it. We'd like to thank you for buying Made Maine, USA made, family made, and natural products. And I'd like to personally thank you for Elves and Angels and the Smalley family for supporting us so well over the last 26 years. We very much appreciate your business, and thank you for buying Elves and Angels product.